So the first card is change. Something big happened in your life recently. You've got the storm card over here, and it's caused a lot of disruption and a lot of chaos as well. You can see there's a very, very choppy sea over there. So a big change has come in, but it's almost like the Tower card has come in. So it's caused a really big problem. A lot of information came in, and that stirred up a lot of problems as well. And you're hoping that things improve. You want peace into the future, going into the future. Maybe you're hoping that you meet somebody that will help you get through the situation as well. So in the past, you got the master. So it could be you that's become an expert at what you're doing, or you could be consulting an expert to sort your problems out. And you've been it looks like either somebody's come in and asked for forgiveness from you, maybe they made an apology, or you are the one that is seeking forgiveness from somebody. So you might be getting some advice, you might be getting some counseling from the master person, and you might be trying to get forgiveness, or you might be expecting somebody to come in and forgive you. You're trying to forgive somebody, or somebody's trying to forgive you. Okay, so going to the future, you're feeling very vulnerable. You feel like as though you're a victim, and you don't have any control of that situation with this vulnerable card. And you are now facing some kind of challenge, some kind of obstacle. You feel very, very isolated, and you feel like nobody's there to support you. Very alone. You're sitting at the top of this mountain over here, which is like an obstacle on how to get past this. You don't have any idea on how to get past this challenge or this obstacle, and you're feeling vulnerable about the whole thing. So you feel very victimized, and you don't know how to overcome this particular challenge. So you're facing some kind of dilemma at the moment, and it's following this the storm card that's come. So something came in, some information came in that brought in maybe a revelation to you, and now you really are confused as to what to do next, and you feel very alone, very isolated. There's a lot of clouds, so you've got some depression going on over here, and you're feeling this is a card of being really alone, trying to sort out that problem by yourself. Excuse me. So you've got the Nine of Cups over here, and it looks like usually this is a card of wish fulfillment, but this card, it looks like you are looking or seeking to have some friendships and some support from people around you. With this Nine of Cups, you could also be thinking of going back into studying, or you've got the book open over here. You're trying to manifest the future, so you're trying to bring in some kind of luck and some kind of change into your life, and you're trying to get some support from the people around you. You're hoping that they help you, get into something new. You want this wish fulfillment. You want this, you want a support. You want this emotional support, and you're trying to bring that into your life. On the study front, you're trying to bring in, you're planning on doing something that changes the way you're going forward. So whatever education, whatever studying, you're hoping that it's going to be changing. You've got the wand, so you're trying to manifest it or make it change your life. So you're hoping that this new cycle or this new learning will bring in that information that allows you to change everything and allows you to manifest wishes. So this is what's going on in your mind. You want this wish fulfillment, and you're hoping that studying or friends come in and help you change. But you are going through that cycle where you're trying to change things. It's the 9 in the deck, so you're close to the end of finishing this particular cycle. So this is almost like you're planning your next move for the future, and it seems to involve either education or getting friends or family or somebody to come and help you out to make this change, to move on. So what's happening with you? You've got the Lovers card over here. So there's some kind of choice coming in over here. Now you've got a snake over here. So, there are people that are very much against this choice that you're making. Maybe, there's a lot of poisonous intentions going on around you. But you are sitting and contemplating, and you are looking to the past. It seems like, you've been through a lot in the past, because this knight he's wearing, he's in full armor. So he's fought a lot of battles, and he looks a bit down and a bit depressed. So maybe you haven't achieved the things that you wanted to do in the past, and you're trying to make a choice to go forward. This could also be a love relationship that didn't quite work out the way that you wanted it, and this is the thing that has upset you. Maybe there was a lot of problems within that relationship, and now you're trying to make that decision about what to do next. You've got the Queen of Pentacles over here that's crossing the card. So whatever this choice, it might be a choice that involves money and trying to find a new career move. It's also a choice that, where you're focusing on your money. Maybe you're deciding what you want to do with your money or how you want to spend your money. So you've got yourself focusing a lot on this money, where you're thinking about it, money or work, and you're trying to make a choice or decision as to what to do next. Now, in the past, you've got the Queen of Cups. So, it looks like you might have tried to offer an apology to somebody. You're presenting this cup to somebody, or you're trying to get somebody to acknowledge your emotions or acknowledge how you're feeling. The Queen of Cups tends to be somebody that, gets a bit down, gets a bit depressed. So you might have been very emotional in the last year and spending a lot of time by yourself as well. And you want somebody to come and help fill this cup. So, you want a new relationship to come in. You want some support to come in. And it's made you feel a bit depressed as well. So in the last few months, you've got the Six of Pentacles over here. This is a card usually about generosity and caring, and so you can see this little girl trying to kiss a frog. So maybe you've had to meet a lot of people that you were thought that they had potential, and it turns out that they didn't. So she's trying to manifest her prince, her knight in shining armor, by kissing this frog, but he hasn't changed over. So maybe the people that you've been dealing with are very stuck in their ways and they haven't changed, and you've been hoping that they changed, so that they can give you that support and that love that you want. The Six of Pentacles is about, expecting help from people. So maybe you've been hoping that people give you either financial help or just are there to give you that support that you need, and that hasn't come to pass really. So maybe you've had to kiss a lot of frogs to try and get things to make things work, but it seems like things have been they haven't really worked out the way you wanted it to work. So even though you're trying to make as many things happen, you're trying to bring it into fruition, it really hasn't gone your way as far as finance goes. So although because the card preceding this is the Five of Pentacles, it's usually loss. So you're going and you're trying a whole bunch of options now to try and make that money come in. So you're talking to a lot of people, trying to get that help from a lot of people, that financial help, and that hasn't happened yet. So people are very stuck in their ways, and they're not changing their ideas, and they're not there. They're not trying to help you out in the situation. So what's in your mind is the the 11 of Major Arcana, which is in this death, the Strength card, which is showing that you are facing a very, very difficult situation. You have encountered this problem and you're trying to sort it out. There's been a lot of disappointments, and the things that you wanted to come to fruition, you're trying to manifest this money, because you can see this girl's also got the rod in her hand. She's trying to manifest this finance, but the rod's on the floor. You haven't been able to do that right now, and that's been quite disappointing. And you're facing a very, very difficult situation now. You're trying to communicate your ideas to people, but they are being very difficult in this situation. You can see this frog is not changing into a prince. So whatever problem you're trying to sort out is not changing. It's not going away at this particular moment. So now going to the future, you've got the 10 of Cups over here. So the end of a very, very difficult cycle. It seems like, you have, you're very, very upset about it. It was something that really brought you down to your knees. But it looks like with the 10s, these are the ends of cycles, and things will improve after this. But right now, it feels like it's gotten to you and it's made you very miserable and very upset. And you're trying to get over it right now. So what's happening with you? You've got the 10 of Pentacles over here. So that's an end of a cycle. So you've got two endings of cycles, end of old emotional difficulties coming in for you. And with the 10 of Pentacles, it looks like this might be the end of a work situation that you've been involved in. You've been, maybe you've reached the point, the highest point that you can possibly reach. You're an expert at what you do. This man is like an old magician, and he can manifest anything that he wants. So right now you are maybe at the top of your profession, and maybe you're reaching a point of retirement, or you've reached a point where you can't go any further in this particular career that you're doing. This could also indicate that you're ending a cycle as far as your work goes. So maybe this is the point where you're deciding now that you want to change your job. You might want to even move home. So you have definitely ended a cycle, of your material prosperity. This is the point where you want to change what you want to do as far as work goes, as far as, where you live, your home. It could be a point like, where your children are leaving home. So a new cycle, an old cycle is ending within the family life and something brand new is beginning. You do have a lot of authority though in your hand with this 10 of Pentacles. This is a master magician. So you have a lot of authority in your hand. You're quite learned at what you do and you're quite expert at what you do. And you do have choices. So this card allows you to have a lot of choices in your hand. So you have a lot of options available for you because you are quite trained up in whatever you do as well as far as your work goes. Now, this is excellent because you've got the 10 of Pentacles over here, the end of that old cycle. And what's coming in for you is the Magician. I'm sorry, the Fool card. So the Fool card is showing that you are going to be doing something brand new. This might involve further studying because you've got a lot of books over here, but it's taking out a new journey, a new adventure in your life. And you're quite enthusiastic about doing this new thing here. And it's going to be, it's something that you've brand new and you haven't got all the information about it. You're not that trained up in it, but you look very, very enthusiastic about it, and you're going to be starting afresh on something new. So that is coming in for you, something brand new coming in for you. What you want, you've got the three, which is the Empress card over here. So again, this toad featuring over here, and you are looking for love. You can see this woman's got the heart in her hand, and you are feeling a bit lonely and isolated here. You have material success, but it looks like now it's a time that you want love. So she's looking at the heart and this frog. So, it seems like, maybe you have somebody in your sights and you have fallen for this person and you're hoping that they maybe turn into your prince or turn into the person that you fall in love with, but you are looking for love at this moment. So going into the future, you got the 5 of Rods, the Hierophant, and the Moon card. So the 5 of Rods showing that you are facing difficult situations at work. Maybe you're dealing with difficult people that are always argumentative and giving you a little bit of a hard time in your job situation. You are having to defend yourself and fight for your spot. So you are going through a little bit of a difficult time within your work situation. This could even be in your family situation where you're having a lot of arguments at home. Now, the Hierophant is where you're seeking advice from somebody. So you could be seeking some kind of counseling, asking for advice from somebody that is very learned, somebody who knows what they're doing. So you are, this card of the Hierophant rules institutions. It rules the medical field. It also rules financial institutions. So, you could be doing a lot of research, looking into lots of groups of people who have like-minded ideas. So you are trying to get some advice and you are trying to seek some information. And you're hoping that this information helps you get through whatever problems you're going through. So with the Moon card, you're a bit confused about what to do. You're at a bit of a standstill right now. So you're trying to make a decision about what to do and you're a bit confused. And maybe this person that you're going to, this Hierophant person, or this, where you're trying to get information, you're trying to get information to bring some clarity into your life, to make that choice as to what to do next. Because it looks like with the Fool card, you want to start something new and you really don't have an idea about what to do. And maybe also with the Hierophant, it's also talking about studying. So maybe you want to do further studying and move forward in that kind of way. So it looks like, you have an idea. With this Fool card, you've got a lot of books going on around you here. So it could be that, you want to get into some institute. Maybe you want to become a teacher, a lecturer, somebody who gives out information as well. And maybe you're seeking advice as well in order to get some clarity. With the Moon card, it's about, a time where things don't appear very clear to you. Maybe you're scared about doing things because, it might seem like you're not going to get any success from it. Or you might be having sleepless nights about it. So you're worrying, you're very, very anxious about it. Or there's, a lot of ideas going on in your head that don't seem to have basis in reality almost. So it looks like you're either getting advice, getting some counseling, and maybe you want to take on a teaching role. This could well be the case. Maybe you're tired of people, giving you grief, or people, presenting problems to you. You're tired of all the arguments and battles that you've been fighting, and now you want to, you're getting this counseling. You're trying to get this advice in order to move forward, and maybe you want to take on a role as a teacher, or in some kind of capacity where you're a counselor or yourself. So you are reaching the end of cycles over here, and you are going to be beginning something brand new. You're changing. It seems like you want to change your job, and it seems like you've ended that emotional problems that you've had, or you're coming to the end of it, or you're trying to end that emotional cycle that you went through. It's really got you down. It's brought you to your knees, and you're trying to move away from it. And the only way it seems like you feel like you can move away from it is to start something brand new, start a new adventure, go on a new journey, really. So I'm going to just draw some cards from this Oracle deck. So the first card is Battle. At this time, a battle with a loved one or friend could indicate a struggle in career or on a job, may lead to an ending. A counseling may be needed, possibly a battle within oneself. Seek peace through prayer or meditation. So it looks like, these two cards are indicating that there is some kind of battle that you're facing. This could be a battle in your career. This could be a battle in your love life, or a battle with a friend, it says. And it says that, you do need some counseling. So with the Hierophant card coming in, it seems like counseling might well be needed for you. And it says that, you need to pray or meditate in order to get through this problem. You've got the Fool card as well coming in this read, and something is going on in your life that is so obvious you are ignoring the impending danger. You could be in an emotional or physical danger. Wake up and do not be a fool. So this card in this Oracle deck is warning you that, there might be some kind of problem that you're facing, and you need to be aware that problems could end up coming. The Fool card is ruled by Uranus, so sometimes things happen all of a sudden. So even though you want to take this leap of faith, make sure that you are thinking really carefully, and considering and looking at all the options. But with both cards being the Fool, it looks like there is going to be a brand new cycle that comes in for you. And you've got choices. You might find there are many choices that are being presented to you. Choose wisely, as it will influence your future. Seek good advice from professionals. So all in all, it looks like before you make any kind of decision, you're gonna, whatever option you decide, whatever thing you want to do, you might need to actually take some advice. So with this Moon card, it looks like you are trying to consider some options, but it looks like the mainstay of this whole read would be to get some counseling or some advice, or do some research. Make sure you're doing proper research before you make any plans about changing your future. But it looks like you're at the end of a cycle, and you're starting off at a new, new point. You want to go forward in a new way. And it looks like, you've decided that this is the time that you want to make a break away from whatever's happened and move forward. So it looks like this is a week where you're going to be making a lot of choices, and you're going to be considering a lot of options. And make sure you're doing a lot of research, being very practical before you make any kind of decision. And since the Lover's card seems to be the basis of it, it looks like there's some decision that you're trying to make on how to move forward. But make sure you're getting some counseling before you move forward.